As you can tell, it did not start out good. I did a practice start, and I was out on my first kick. I swear to God, it was a 5th or 6th kick, and I was the next to the last guy off the line, so I knew I had my work cut out for me. It's a super tight points battle right now. Anthony just picked up a win at Renlow Park and on Saturday, and Joey picked up a win on Sunday. Said both of them are riding high off of those wins. Both of them looked excellent out there, and I knew if I stood any chance in this championship, it was going to have to come down to making some moves and getting around this line of traffic in front of me and trying to catch back up, because I was pretty sure I saw Joey get a hole shot out there, and Anthony wasn't too far behind him. So you can tell I have my work cut out for me. And to be honest with you, makes for a great video, and I don't think there's anything better than trying to come from the back to the front, if possible. And Ron Ashcraft and the crew, they just did an excellent job on this track. Looked freaking amazing. It was a super blast out here to freaking run this track. Just, I look forward to this race every year, and with good reason. You'll see why. This place freaking rips. Trying to make something happen here in a couple different places. I'm pretty sure I scooped by this guy here on the inside. Just trying to keep my momentum up. I know that I felt good on the motocross track and it was coming up. Trying to hit a couple of these small doubles down here and hoping to catch that guy on the inside there, but I knew I was going to make a sweeping right turn right here, so I'm going to sweep it wide and try to get around some of these guys. I get lucky to get around old 823 there, and I know that white armor and that blue Yamaha in front of me. That's Anthony Lowry, and him and I put on one heck of a show yesterday in the second moto. I'll have a video out on it later on, but it's some of the best grass track motocross racing you're going to see out here. It was a stinking blast, and I knew I was probably not going to get around him. I couldn't get around him the day before. That kid was flying. But I had the element of surprise on me, and if he didn't stick with it and hammer down on this first lap, I was going to take him out as soon as I could. I always love this little jump right here. We were flying. Now, Anthony didn't run the vintage race. He didn't know how tight this turn freaking tightened up. You'll see what happens. Slide right out. And that was easy enough to do, that's for sure. I had to cut a little bit of this video out, so we're back up on the mountain. This is the first guy I catch, and pretty sure he was in our line, and I got Joey, Evan, and a couple other guys out in front of him.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, buddy. I'm just screaming down through here, hoping I can catch a glimpse of anybody that's in my line. Now I see 4 or 5 guys out in front of me, and I know that we're catching that last expert line. And I've been saying it all year. Evan has been on the cusp of a great ride. He's been getting good starts. Every race he gets a little bit better. And I just feel like one of these races he's going to put it all together. And they say the difference between intermediate riders and expert riders is that the intermediate guys make way more mistakes than what the expert riders do. And I'm a firm believer in that. And I think that Evan is in that learning curve right now. And I could not get over how well that kid rode today. I mean, he was all over me. And he was flying. His times out there are better than I've ever seen all year. And I guarantee his dad is like so proud of him because he just rode one hell of a race. That's him right in front of this dude on the IT Yamaha, and the owner of the track, Brian Ashcraft, in front of him, laying a smackdown up here on the single track. And I mean to tell you what, he is freaking, he's getting it. I think he's starting to feel the heat though. Evan's up there, just trying to let him know that we're back here. But Brian knows this course like the back of his hand. There's no way we're gonna make easy work of him, that's for sure. Alright, I got Evan in my sights. And there was no way I was getting around him very easy because he got this new 200, and I mean to tell you, I think the learning curve's on him in the fact that the first couple races, I think he showed up and he didn't have much seat time on it. And now he's got some seat time on this thing. He's starting to feel the brakes, know the power curve, and everything that goes along with it. And I mean to tell you what, he's getting it. He's going to be a contender by the end of the season, no doubt in my mind. I was on the edge of my seat out here, running down through here, keeping up with this young man, that's for sure. We gotta find Joey though, because he knows I'm back here. We gotta find Joey. I don't know how far ahead he is. Nobody's really held us up. We've been able to run a pretty smooth race. We're heading down toward these sinkholes, down through these steep, loose rocks, and just love the way this course was laid out. I mean, it had a little bit of everything. You had your fast sections, you had your fire road, you had your downhill single track, you had your just loose and windy stuff, sinkholes, grass areas that you could pass in. It had a little bit of everything. You're not going to get a much better track than this. I think it's funny how you're running down through this single track down through here, and you're going to come across these little doubles and tabletops and stuff like that right here. You didn't really want to do that tabletop because that turn come up to the left like so fast you weren't going to be able to make that turn if you tried to clear that thing. These loose rocks out through here, if you stayed in the gas, I found out it was way easier to come down through there fast than it was to kind of brake check yourself. You could float over top of those rocks a lot easier for sure. I'll tell you what, it was about 90 degrees a day, humid. Weather was just hot. It wasn't unbearable. And this hour flew by. There was just so much action. And I rode so hard that it did not feel like an hour out here whatsoever. When you got bar-to-bar competition like this in front of me, pretty much the whole race, or you catch glimpses of guys that you want to catch out in front of you, and you know that they're just right there, and you just got to pick the pace up and stay with it, and you have half a chance, then you know that you're going to be able to freaking make a race of it. Almost down to these sinkholes, and I just love getting in here because you can hear the crowd start going crazy. It's a great shady spot for everybody to get into and cheer everybody on, and every time we went through there, the whole crowd was there. It was freaking awesome. He is getting it. In the back of my mind, I know from the vintage race that when we pull out on this hill, I'm going to do everything I can. I'm going to swing it wide, I'm going to cut it to the inside, and I'm going to pin it. I think I caught Evan by surprise there. Got lucky. That ain't the end of Evan, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I finally got my first glimpse of him, and it's not going to happen until I'm coming around for the start-finish line. So I know I still have a half a chance, and I think from knowing everybody that's on the line that if I keep up a good pace. Oh, did you see that? I stopped there for a second just to get a freaking little I tried to get my water piece up on my mouth to get a drink, which I never do. I can't stand a water pack. They slow me down every time I try to get a drink, and you get into a hot and heavy battle like this, and it cost me. Evan got by me. I slowed down just for a millisecond. I looked over my shoulder, and I thought that Evan wasn't back there, and what the heck was I thinking? No, I get lucky right here. He kind of blows that berm out a little bit, and I was able to take the inside track. But, oh yeah, he took full advantage of that, and Evan stayed right on my butt. So I know Joey's out there, and I'm getting a little bit closer. This is one of the faster sections out there here, and I got it pinned. And I know this is where I can make some ground up on Joey. Joey and I actually talked about this before the race. He said, I'm on this freaking XR, and he goes, I think I can handle you in the woods. He goes, in the single track, I'm gonna fight you tough. He goes, but I know in the motocross track and in the fast sections on the fire roads and stuff, you're gonna be able to make the ground back up. So he goes, it's just gonna depend on who catches who where. And truer words were never said, that's for sure, because I'm telling you right now, this kid left me. I finally catch him. I catch up to his back tire on them fast sections, and I, just for the sake of making this video a decent time frame, not a full hour, I'm going to tell you right now, when I first catch up to him on this second lap, he makes short work of me, and I mean, he spreads it out again. He is gone. I do not see him. You can see him out there in front just starting to stretch it out. And I'm telling you what, that 200 was absolutely flying out through there. Doing my best. There was a good portion of that second lap, and well, you see catch my head right there. A branch or something caught my helmet and just ripped it sideways. Well, there's old Timothy Uplinger, and he is flying by us. He got a front row show to this serious action that was going on. I got disoriented there. It just like snapped my head there a little bit sideways. And I wasn't sure what the heck happened, so I'm doing my best just to keep up with him. And we're flying down over this mountain. Now let me tell you what, this boy can freaking ride. We're snaking down in here toward the sinkholes, and I think he knows that I caught back up with him, or if he didn't, he's gonna start hearing me here directly. Tell you what, that RMZ, he keeps that thing sideways as much as he does straight, and I mean, just burning out left and right on all these berms. We only do 3 laps in this race. The dang course was 7 miles long. Can you believe that? 7 miles. Gotta be some kind of record. I'm not exactly sure what he's doing here, if he knows me and Joey are in the heat of a battle for the championship or what, but I do appreciate that, Tim. I know you're going to get back by here later on, but that was a pretty class act if you ask me. Alright, I had to cut out some more footage because it took me past the motocross track before I finally catch up with Joey, and this is where it gets good, let me tell you. I am balls to the wall. I'm going to pin this thing up through here. Get a little out of sorts right there, but I'm in 4th, 5th gear flying up through here just as fast as I can freaking go. And I got my mind made up. There's a little grassy section up here. I'm going for it. If he gives me an inch, I'm going to take a mile. I'm going to go by him on the left-hand side. He knows I'm back there. And I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying to set him up. I think I got him right here. Oh, man, he sees me. Shut the door. Into the single track. This is where he started to spread it out, and I made my mind up. I thought, if I can keep it in the right gear, Joey, I'm going to be hot and heavy on you, and if you give me even an inch, I'm going to freaking take it. I'm going to go for another pass. I'm feeling it. This is where it gets good. No, he says, ain't happening. See that thing rip? I gotta tell you what, this was my least favorite part of the course just because it is not one of my strong suits. Not because the course is bad. I do not do good on steep, loose rocks like this. I don't have a good way of doing it. I know I should be hanging back in my seat, and I just ride that back brake too much. I should be using the motor a little bit more than what I do. I have the clutch pulled in, so I ain't using the motor much at all, and I never really figured out a good way of doing this, but all I know is that I still got Joey in my sights, and that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. We're getting ready to get into another little bit of a faster section, and I'm thinking I got a half a chance right here. I gotta stay out of his dust so I can see, but if I stay close enough, the dust ain't gonna be so bad I can't see. This is my mind frame. This is how I'm thinking going into this. And we are getting it right up through here. I mean, we are hauling the mail. Hit this power line, and I'm thinking maybe I'll get an inside shot, but I know that these little chutes in and out of these woods ain't really enough room to make a pass, and the single track is such that it just kind of S's up through here, and you ain't going to get a pass. It's just too tight. And the roots in through here and little stumps and stuff like that, you kind of got to watch for. This dusty berm, I was blowing it out, losing some time, losing some speed right there. think I missed the shift right here. Him and I are freaking getting after it. He knows, he wants it, so do I. Now I know this next section is going to go loop out and loop right back in again. And I was having problems with this all day long. But I actually, right there, I didn't lose any time. I washed that berm out the first 2 laps. On this last lap, it went perfect. I was able to keep up with him. And I was feeling good. I wasn't tired at all. I was hot, but you know how it is when the adrenaline kicks in. You can just get after it a little bit more. On this road, I knew Joey said he liked the right-hand side, and I'd been practicing the left-hand side to see how it was, and I actually preferred it more. I thought if I'm going to make a pass, this is the place I'm going to do it. Now, I think I clear him right here. I go to cut in, and I bumped him. I felt him bump. I look back, and he's down. I feel horrible. I want to make sure he's all right. He's kicking it. He's good to go. But I'm going to tell you right now, I got a 6 spot in my stomach. I do not feel good after that. I thought I cleared him. But talking to him with the race afterwards and stuff like that, he said he just didn't know that I was going to cut in as soon as I did. And I just thought I'd cleared him. But I obviously I didn't. And he knows it wasn't intentional, but even so. I kind of just poked my way down through here. Back up toward that single track that he's so dang good at that he pulled away on me on that second lap and I couldn't catch him. I think I could have picked a better spot. Didn't leave myself much room to get back on. I didn't want to let Tim go. I wanted Joe to get by. I wanted him to have that position back. Because I'm not going to win a championship or a race and take somebody out in the process. It just isn't right, in my opinion. And yeah, he was alright. You can see he was alright. But why not win a race? Man to man. I mean, not taking somebody out like that. So that was just my decision. A lot of guys might not agree with it, but it's just how it went. And I'm gonna tell you what, it made for some of the best racing of the freaking day, and I don't regret it for a second. Watch what you got coming up here. This is some of the best race of the freaking of the day. Me, Tim, and Joey, I mean to tell you what, it's getting ready to get good. I'm gonna catch up to these guys, and they're gonna pull ahead of me a little bit here, but I am gonna catch back up. It's gonna take me a while, but as long as I can keep them in my sights, and it ain't gonna be a repeat of that second lap. I was riding harder than I ever had. I felt good. I didn't feel like I was riding over my head by any means. I was familiar with the track. We've been here for a couple years now, and just I knew what was coming up. Nothing was a big surprise, that's for sure. We're snaking back up toward the top again. Even though you can't see them, they're just right out in front of me here. I catch glimpses of them. There goes Tim again. Got by Joey. That just leaves me and him able to do battle one-on-one. And this is exactly what I wanted. I didn't care how this race finished out. I was going to pass Joey at any time that I had a chance. I knew that our lap times were going to be so good, because you know how it is whenever you're pushing each other like this out through the freaking course. Nobody's laying on their freaking laurels. Everybody's giving it everything they got. And our lap times, they were, I think, in 14 minutes or something like that, but I can't even remember. But they were good. They were good because we were pushing each other like this. And I felt myself like, I don't know what I did so wrong in the second lap where I caught him and then he got away. But in this third lap, I was able to just like hang with him. It was boosting my confidence, and it didn't get any better. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, do I got anything for him? Where can I make a pass at? I know the only place that I've been able to pass on the course reliably has been after you go through the sinkholes, the field section. There's a short chute that shoots up around, makes a left-hand turn. I was able to get Evan there, and I thought maybe there's a half a chance I can get him there right before we go back into the sinkholes or something like that, because I knew if he made it into the sinkholes, that single track out there are so rooty and tight that there was no way I was going to be able to get him there, either that or right before the start-finish line. So my only chance was to hang on his rear fender here and take it to him as hard as I possibly can. We're almost up to the top of the mountain, and then it's going to be a free-for-all going back down over. I don't catch that same branch coming up through here, though. I don't know where it was at, what happened, but I never even felt bad in the single track. I was looking far enough ahead where my focus was on his rear fender, a little bit out in front, just trying to anticipate the next turn coming up. Okay, we got about a half a lap to go. Maybe I can catch him right here where I caught that other guy. That ain't happening. We are all out. All the money's on the table. I'm all in. Heading down over the mountain right now. Getting ready to jump into this fire road. And does he have a full house? Or does he have three of a kind? What's Joey playing today? I'll tell you what it is. He's thinking, I got something for this old man. Cut right there just a little bit tighter than I wanted to. I felt the bike starting to lean to the inside there a little bit, and I just stayed on the throttle. I can tell you right now, we're all kind of riding right on the edge coming down through here. This is steep. I am laser focused on him right now. I cannot let him out of my sight. I gotta get closer. It's the only thing going through my mind is, I know this little tabletop's coming up. I'm really not anticipating trying to make any kind of pass down through here, but I gotta keep him within a bike length or two to even have a half a chance. So that's why I'm trying to close the gap up. That's always in the back of my mind. I gotta get closer. But his speed and my speed are so close that this is as close as I can get right now. And I'm just thinking to myself, I gotta get by him. Gotta get by him. If I get a win, I have a half a chance at this. And Joey's thinking, this is really gonna boost my freaking points in the championship. So we both got the same thing in mind. Yeah, we're getting close to the sinkholes now. His dad's down here in a blue shirt. You watch. You'll see him cheering us on. And I guarantee you, he was biting his fingernails out through there because he knew this was the last lap. And knew that if it came down to this, we were gonna battle out like this. Alright, I'm saying this is what I've been waiting for. If I'm going to make a pass, it's going to be after we come out of the field at the bottom of this hill. This is where I got to get it done. If I'm going to do it, this is where I got to do it. It's the only place I really got left. I blow the turn. I pin it, and I can get up close. I'm thinking about an inside shot right now. I swing it wide. He's got that thing pinned. No, can't do anything with him. Coming back by the sinkholes here. Watch for old Joe. He's there rooting us on, man. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to try to take this inside line. If Joey swings around here a little bit wider than I want, I think I might be able to catch him. No. Shuts the door again, third time. It's on like Donkey Kong now, man. We are freaking flying up through this Rudy section, letting it all hang out. And let me tell you what, you don't fly up through this section much faster than what we're going, because I mean, we are getting it. Turn up here is going to tighten up. I know there's nowhere I can really get him. He's running almost the exact same speed as me. I'm thinking maybe a couple turns I might be able to show a fender or something, but there's nowhere to really make a pass out through here. My only other option I got right now is to catch him ready to come out into the field right before the short chute, before the start finish line, and I know it's about a 99% chance that that ain't going to happen. Well, I'll tell you what. I left a little bit of the video on at the end, and get to see a little bit of that post-race commentary there toward the end and stuff like that. It's all good. It's all good. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. One of my favorite ones to watch for sure. It was the best race of the season as far as I was concerned. I just had a stinking blast out here. So, till the next video, we'll talk to you all a little bit later. Have a good one.
XR.
No freaking shit.
Yeah, you see that whole? I'm like, that's Joey in an XR. Good job. Oh.
That was amazing, Joey. Good freaking. You called it. I could catch you in the long stuff, but I couldn't keep you in the short stuff. Huh?
He was scooting on that thing.
Oh, there was no way I was gonna win that and take you down. That's why I left you by. I was like, I ain't doing it. Freaking.
That was fun.
That was a blast.
You were freaking hauling the mail, man.
I know. I was trying to keep up with him, and
Holy crap! That was fun.
that was one of the best races I've had this year. All throughout all the laps. That was fun.